All right, welcome back. Week 6, Dirty 30 pod. How we doing, Debbie?
We're good. We are ready for a win this week.
Yes,
We need
sir.
it.
Me too,
If
buddy.
I lose to if I lose to Rhodey's team, I'm going to be so sad with all those guys on bye on his team. That'll just
Brody's,
be
oh man.
the cherry on top to this season. So we'll see.
Brody, yeah. Brody's like kind of admitting defeat this week, which I get, right? Like it's a lot of players on bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, for sure. For sure. Need a win. I'm in the same boat. 1-4. We're 1-4 bros.
Time to
Two
crawl out of the bottom.
teams that made a couple of trades, so right?
Yeah.
Feeling good. Feeling good going
Mhm.
into this week. This week we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna talk through the trades that we have. We're gonna skip over waivers. We're gonna skip over studs and duds. We're gonna skip over bench players. We're gonna review the first 8 rounds and try to have a who was a good pick during this and who was a bad pick during kind of each round here. Um, but we had a couple trades. We are at 15 trades now this year. I had one 2 days ago, I think, where I traded for Josh Allen. I gave up Zay Flowers and Chase Brown. Just feel like my team was just like in need of a quarterback. Purdy wasn't doing it. Richardson wasn't doing it. I'll give up a couple of players to try and get Josh Allen. Was kind of my thoughts. What you think about that trade?
You needed a leader.
Need a leader, buddy.
Yeah.
You need
I,
someone, yeah, for sure.
and Eric needed some juice on his
Yeah.
team, so I
And
think it was good trade for both of you.
Right. He had Burrow, right? He needed a couple of players. Zay Flowers, I think, is already his best wide receiver on that team now, right? He just kind of steps in and just kind of does that. And Chase Brown, like, he's going to put Zach Moss on the waivers here pretty soon, right? He's headed in that direction. So
Yep, trending
um,
up.
I think I paid for Josh Allen, right? I think it was an even trade. But yeah, need Josh Allen, dude. Then we got the next one. The day later, Debbie traded for Bijan, giving up Najee and DK Metcalf. Was that a easy accept? Was that a hard accept? What was your
Yeah,
thought? What was your thought there?
we were kind of talking about it. Obviously, I need my running backs are just not a good situation.
Yeah, dude.
It was I'm happy that we did it. I think we're both
Mm-hmm.
happy that we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Losing Nico is hard for Tyler. His, when he comes back, those receivers are going to be stacked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, it was hard getting rid of DK. Kind of been the best player on my team, probably the best receiver for now.
Yeah.
So that was tough, but I got enough of decent receivers. I you can't play Najee each week. I just couldn't
No.
do it anymore. So
No. I,
the upgrade there is hopefully nice bounce back week for Bijan here against Carolina. I'm sure
yeah.
DK will go off tonight for you, Tyler. So don't sweat too much on that.
He always kind of beats up the Niners.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I think I had strong feelings at the beginning. I think I sent you a text saying like, "Hey, dude, that's a great get for you." And then the more and more I think about it, like DK Metcalf's a top 10 wide receiver. You know,
yeah.
he just is. And I'm like, oh, I'm good with it. Like it was a
And
good
maybe
get.
that's
It was a good get,
that's
right?
the price you pay for Bijan. I don't
It
know.
is.
And
It is.
he hasn't been great, but
He hasn't.
he's got to things have got to turn around for him.
I
There's
think
no
he gets
way.
right this week for sure.
Yeah,
I'm with you, man. For sure. For sure. Let's share a screen. Let's kind of get into draft recap mode here.
let's do it.
Where are we
Always love recapping my shitty draft.
we're going to switch things up here. We're going to go every other round here. We were originally going to have Christian, so he was going to take every third round. So bear with us here a little bit. But we're going to go best player out of round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then kind of worst player rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Round 1, I had round 1. I don't love picking on players who like haven't played yet, right? But CMC being a keeper, CMC like not playing yet. I think there was a report that says like, hey, he's not coming into like mid-November, right? Um, he is by far the worst pick in round 1. Like
Has
by
to be. Yeah.
by far, man. And like we heard some report of it in the beginning or like in the off season, right? Of like him having like some ankle stuff or him having some Achilles stuff, but no one would have saw this, man. He was a bad one for me. And then I think the other one was Bijan. Where like
Yep.
he was let me look at it. He was running back 21 so far, right? Like of the guys
Oof.
who are playing, right? He was running back 21. He was the other one where I'm like, okay, whatever. Like those are kind of two so-so pick. I mean, one horrendous pick, and then Bijan being kind of so-so so far. The two that stand out as far as like great picks is Derrick Henry, 10 overall. He is running back two right now. He's been frick
Smash.
he's been friggin' awesome, man. And then Jamar Chase is wide receiver one. And there was some hesitancies of like, hey, like Chase coming in, where's the contract? Where's all that? It hasn't mattered. I think he's gone up for like 40 plus the last 2 weeks. He's been freaking awesome. So
Hmm.
round two, buddy. This was your
Yeah.
round. Who do you got?
Yeah. Let's just rip the band-aid off. This was round two was actually pretty easy to throw together for me.
Yeah.
So um, we'll rip the band-aid off. Patrick Mahomes was
Yeah.
probably the worst pick of the round.
Hmm.
Um, he's QB 15 right now. Just has, I was all in on him this year in a lot of places. I thought he was just going to rip it up, and he just, 6 weeks in, and he just has not done that yet.
No.
Obviously, I went with the stack, and it's been tough sledding. So
Yeah.
he was my pick for the worst pick in the round.
QB 15. Is that what you said?
He's QB 15.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
I was kind of looking at Debo and Waddle. They kind of had
Hmm.
some
Hmm.
slow starts. I don't know where they're at receiver wise, but I didn't look
ETN
that
and
up.
ETN's another one, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I think
kind of some
Mahomes,
stinkers
yeah, Mahomes takes the cake there.
for sure, man. For sure. Who's the stud of round two?
So then you get into the studs, which is kind of a conundrum for me because flip a coin for these two. Um, Drake London's wide receiver 8,
He's awesome, man. He's
and
awesome.
you get him, towards the end of round two. But Mike Evans, and we talk about him every year, he's right there,
He's
wide
also
receiver
awesome.
9.
Yep.
So maybe you give the lean to London, and I think they're 60. They're both at like 69 points, and
Yeah.
they're separated by like 0.4 points or something like that.
Yeah,
So
dude.
maybe you give the lean to London because he was drafted later, technically, but
Sure.
uh, both those guys, yeah, just have been a nice bright spot in round two.
Yeah. London was in consideration for me here at 11, right? Like I think people who know me know that I love
I
Drake
was kind of
London,
surprised you didn't.
right?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, kind of wishing I pulled the trigger at that point, right? But yeah, London, Evans, like they've just been awesome. Uh, round three, two players that really stick out as far as like being really freaking good this year. Alvin Kamara, I'm pretty sure is running back number one.
Oh
Like
yeah,
when I looked up Derrick Henry, Kamara was the guy above him, right? Like he's been freaking awesome.
he's been great.
And that's DK Metcalf, man, who I don't know this for sure, right? But probably a top 10 wide receiver,
Yes, I
right? Like
believe.
he's got to be. Once again, this is kind of Christian's round here, so we don't have that like off the top of our head, but playing like a top 10 wide receiver here going forward, I'm pretty sure. So
Hmm.
anyone's, I got a couple players who I think like are
I
stinkers
got
here, but
I got a
let
couple, and
me go ahead,
I
go
bet
ahead
I bet we're thinking of the same. I'll say one, and
for
and
sure.
then you can say the other one because I
Yep.
bet we're thinking the same.
Yep.
Um, I was looking at Rashad White.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like sticks out like a sore thumb, right?
Yep.
Like pretty sure no touchdowns yet this year, right? Like Rashad White has just been he's been brutal.
Yeah.
He's been brutal. Then like oddly enough, like Brees Hall kind of sticks out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Not
I
your guy, not your guy.
I was gonna say Kelsey, but well,
Mm,
he turned around last week.
mm,
But
that's
yeah,
true.
he's tough sledding.
Yeah, and maybe it's just Rashad White, right? Like Hall has been he's been solid outside these last couple of weeks, but
It
could
still could have been better.
have been better. Yep.
Yeah, I miss
Mixon due
all.
to injury, Cup due to injury, right? Diggs has been so-so. Maybe Diggs is the other one that kind of sticks out here, but
Yeah,
yeah, I dig it, man. I dig it. Yeah, kind of an interesting round three here. Round four. I had studs in round four, right? This was my round here.
that's a fun one.
It's a fun one, dude. It starts off with Malik Neighbors, right? He has missed a game. He's wide receiver.
Stud.
He's wide receiver five. Unfortunately, might miss this game as well, which stinks. But James Conner is running back nine. All right, that one was kind of surprising to me. And then David Montgomery is running back 13 and has already had his bye, right? So I think like Montgomery, all he does is score a touchdown.
Yeah, dude just sniffs out the end zone every week.
He's been
Super
awesome.
super safe.
Yep. I mean, we could say Rashi Rice before the injury. We could say
Oh yeah.
McLaurin's heating up for sure, right? Round four is just like a great round.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, there's one big stinker. Um,
I see him.
it's Mark Andrews, man. He was on your hate list going into this year. I don't think anyone would have seen tight end 32 though. Like
I didn't look up the number. That is that is a
tight end
number.
tight end
Jeez.
32, man. That's brutal.
Those goose eggs will get you.
Yeah, dude. Couple of gooses. Yeah, just like a weird year that like I don't have an answer for really. Yeah, that's kind of the one. Mostert had an injury, right? He's been
Yeah.
kind of so. I'm not going to pick on him too much. Taylor's had an injury, but like Jonathan Taylor's awesome. So round five, buddy. Who do you got?
Yeah. Um, round five. There's a few names out there. Um, I immediately jumped to James Cook. He's the RB6.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I was kind of looking, and then my my homer radar went off, and I was like, how did I miss Aaron Jones, who's RB11? I
Yeah,
thought he'd be higher than that because
he's been
he's
on
been
fire.
so good. He's hurt now.
Yep.
I guess I don't remember the injury if he's gonna be out a while or not, but he's the RB11.
Yep.
Um, been looking like a stud.
Tony Pollard, kind of sneaky good.
Yeah, he's been a
I,
nice bright spot.
I think we gave you some shit for that after draft, and he's been kind of sneaky good, man.
Yeah, he's been a nice bright spot.
For sure.
Looking in a good spot this week too. So hopefully
Hmm.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, the worst pick in here is pretty easy for me. Um,
Mm.
for anybody, I think. Does Zamir White play football anymore?
Oh
Can
man,
anybody answer that question?
so brutal. Yeah, poor guy.
It's just been. Do you want to? Did you look up what running back number he is?
I did not. I did not, but I'd
Do you
imagine
want
he's down there.
you want to take a guess?
Oh man. I mean, no way he's top 32. I don't know. He hasn't scored 50. I don't know.
61.
Ooh, no.
He's down there. He's
Oh
down there a ways.
no.
So not
Yikes.
what you're looking for a fifth round pick.
No.
Yeah.
No, it is not. Yeah. Wow, dude.
Yeah, he's down there with Cordero Patterson and Amir Abdullah are right by him in the rankings there. So
Wow. Brutal.
just just for
His
context.
own teammate Amir Abdullah is right next to him.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yikes, that's a tough one. Round six. I mean, looking over at it, like the two keepers have been awesome, right? Like Kyron is awesome. Kenneth Walker is awesome, right?
Hmm.
The stud that stands out to me is, I mean, Lamar Jackson has been awesome, dude. Like just QB1 by like a long shot, right? Just like
Dude's so good.
25 points a game. Just been freaking awesome. Anyone that stands out that's been like pretty poor. Swift is another guy who's kind of heating up right in round six.
Yeah, he's starting to get going.
For
I
sure.
think Kirk had a couple good games. He's been kind of
Hmm.
not great.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, obviously Najee
That's
just
kind of
needs to
where
find
my
the
eyes land, right? My eyes kind of land
yeah,
at Najee, right? As been kind of being the so-so pick
yeah.
for round six. Yeah, once again, kind of wish I kind of looked up where he's been, and kind of where he stands, but I don't think Najee's scored yet. Yeah, dude.
Andre keeps fumbling. He got benched.
Yeah, he's a good one. Yeah,
He's
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 another
had a
one
couple
where
good weeks, but
he
yeah, he's
has.
been kind
He
of
has.
on
He
the
came out
decline a
strong.
little bit.
He came out strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Two more. Round seven. Round seven's another great round, dude. Like when I went through this, I had like how many picks? I have four awesome picks, and I have one kind of like shitty pick. I'll start off with my shitty pick, and shitty. I'd say shitty. I guess we're kind of getting down there, but
You can
round
say
seven's kind of late. So like if he doesn't hit, he doesn't hit. Not the end of the world. But Kelvin Ridley is wide receiver 62.
oof.
Just kind of wish there was more there, right?
I thought there would be. I think he's had like one good week, and it was
Oh,
like
and
the first week or something like that.
he whooped my ass that one good week, right? He
He did his
he
job.
he went off against me that one good week. So he showed up when he had to show up. But this round also has George Kittle, who is tight end 2. It is Brian Thomas Jr., who is wide receiver 7. It is Chris Godwin, who is wide receiver 6. And then it has Brian Robinson Jr., who is running back 7. And all he does is score freaking touchdowns.
That's all he does.
That's all he does, dude. Like,
Brian Thomas is fun. I really liked him out of LSU, and like
dude,
he's been so good.
I mean, Marcus will chime in here, but I've tried to trade for him ever since the draft. Like,
As you probably should.
I
Yeah.
think I send 2 Brian Thomas Jr. trades like a week, and it just hasn't happened. And he's been awesome. He's been absolutely awesome. So
Yeah. Nice surprise.
yeah, and it's a nice round. Like I wanted to pick on Zach Moss, but he's been solid, right? Deontay Johnson's been better than I thought. Xavier Worthy I wanted to pick on, but like also has been way better than I thought. Yeah, just like a good round is round 7.
Hmm.
Finishes out here, buddy. Round
Yeah,
8. What do we
we'll
got?
wrap it up. Round 8, we're getting down there, obviously. Um, for guys I like, I mean, obviously Flowers is a keeper. Well, he is still at wide receiver 31, but
Yeah,
he's up and down. They
he had a
decide they
couple
want to
shitty
throw the
picks.
ball, and they
I know,
just want to run all game, and then they throw the ball
100%.
again.
Yep.
But he's like their only receiver, so
Yes.
um, it was a little tricky.
Ooh, kind of a rough round, man.
Yeah. You kind of look at Singletary, who I think has
Hmm.
fallen in the end zone, but you just never want to say his name.
Yep.
Um, but he's RB 32.
And he missed last week, right? Yeah.
Yep.
He's been a good pick.
But Chase Brown, RB 24.
Yeah, dude, he's heating up.
He's heating up,
He's
exactly.
heating up. Yeah.
So he's been a bright spot in the later rounds here. So
Yeah, dude.
um, but then this is I was happy I got this round. The one thing I do like about this round is I get to talk shit.
Mm.
So the guy I don't like, wide receiver 83, and I know there's been some injuries, but I don't care. Christian Watson. Yuck.
Not a Watson guy, yeah.
Not a Watson guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. He does kind of stand out, right? Keon Coleman probably stands out a little bit.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, Warren's been hurt.
Warren's been hurt, right?
Uh,
Ford'll hit waivers here pretty soon.
yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, round 8, brutal. Round 7's awesome. Round 8's pretty brutal. So
Yep.
I like it, boys. Here's kind of the recap of the first 8 rounds. We like doing this, right? I think it's just kind of like a fun exercise to
It's always fun to look back at the draft
for
and
sure,
you know exactly.
for sure. Things are always changing, right?
Yep.
Just because they've been bad the first 5 weeks doesn't mean they're going to be bad the remaining 10, right? 10, 11.
Still
So
lots of football left, right?
lots of football left, man. And we're going to finish this out here. We have a pizza bet. I want to make sure I find this text message though, because it's a juicy one.
Well, I gotta ask, how was your pizza?
Pizza was awesome, buddy. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Point
Pizza was
point two
awesome.
points. It's so dumb.
So brutal. The curse
That's
is
the game you
lifted
play.
though. I haven't
That's the
had
game
a
you play.
I haven't had a pizza in a long time, so I appreciate the pizza.
That's good. I'm happy it was good.
Marcus calling out Craig here.
Ooh,
It was is Craig confident enough in his 5-0 team to put a pizza on the line?
ooh.
I reach out to Craig, right? I said, hey man, hopefully you listen this week, but like Marcus is challenging you to a pizza bet if not.
5-0, I think you have to take it.
He goes, I'll take it, right? He goes, hey, I got a couple people that are questionable, but I'll take it. He goes, I'll take it though, and happily watch Ayuk put up 2 points tonight. Was his response.
I love Greg. That's great.
We had some trash talk kind of mixed in with the pizza bet, so sounds good.
That's great. I'm happy he took it. Yeah, 5-0, riding
Gotta take
high.
it. Gotta take it. He's up a pizza already, right? Yeah, dude, you gotta take it when you're 5-0 and riding high. So
Yep,
sounds
that's
good,
great.
buddy. Well, let's get out here. Let's
Let's,
watch Seattle Niners. Hopefully it's a good game here.
let's watch a 30-point game from DK Metcalf now that he's free from my squad.
Olays.
That's how it
Olays
works.
indeed. It could be. It could be.
We'll
Later,
see.
buddy.
All right,
Talk
see
to you
ya.
next week.